against that. Therefore, you have to just accept that risk. But the king will go on doing the rest of the program. He'll be seeing Democrats in New York. He'll be doing a small town visit.
Sunny weather around, but before that, we do still have some heavy showers to come, particularly across eastern areas as we go through the rest of today. That's because of a frontal system that is making its way southwards down that eastern side. So do watch out for some heavy, showery rain feeding its way towards the London area and further south as well. Could be thundery, could have some frequent lightning, some large hail, and some strong gusty winds mixed in with it. Further west, it's a drier picture to end the day, but as we go overnight, cloud will increase from the east.
Caroline Levitt is blaming Democratic rhetoric for the political violence.
This hateful and constant and violent rhetoric directed at President Trump day after day after day for 11 years has helped to legitimize this violence and bring us to this dark moment. Those who constantly falsely label and slander the president as a fascist, as a threat to democracy.
Sir Keir Starmer says he's calling time on what he's described as a shoplifting free-for-all as he...
It did have one lane closed earlier on, but from 4 o'clock they closed it in both directions. It's where a car has left the road and it's gone down an embankment, so specialist recovery is needed and investigations as well, so that's why. The M62, now this is where we have some roadworks going on, some bridge work. So between 20 and 21, Rochdale, both directions have narrow lanes. Then we had an accident, so junction 20 on the eastbound M62 still looking really slow, backing up to junction 19 at Hayward. The A
goes around about him. Apparently, when Trump said those disgraceful things about the British soldiers not really being on the front line in Afghanistan, even though something like 400 British soldiers laid down their lives fighting with Americans for that cause, for the American cause in Afghanistan.
Only good will come of the visit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the king and where he stands on various policies, but particularly his green claptrap. But
the country, not the politics, so that's really strong. However, I don't think you can have a strong long-term relationship with Trump, and I don't think that he has any long-term allies. I think they're all very functional. It's a very transactional thing, and he falls out with everyone eventually.
And the king, he's a consummate diplomat. His whole job is about being very diplomatic. And don't forget, folks, these official royal visits, I mean, they're not just jaunts for the king and various members of the royal family. They perform a very important diplomatic function. They sell Britain around the world. They to throw people under it. There's no room left. It's very crowded under Keir Starmer's bus. He's thrown so many people under there. What do you make of the King's upcoming visit? He's arriving now in Washington for the official state visit. I mean, his job is to try to repair the damage that Keir Starmer has done to the special relationship. And the damage Keir Starmer has done to the special relationship with America is untold. It's massive.
Somebody who got what I was saying and had connections. Her name was Colleen Fitzpatrick. She had been involved in forensic genealogy for some time. That's really the use of genetic genealogy for any kind of legal purposes, law enforcement purposes. She had a lot of contacts with law enforcement agencies. I then miraculously stumbled across somebody on the internet a week or so later, a guy who had wanted to find out more about his dead father. And he had loaded his own...
Of course, won by America when they split away from the Union. And it comes now, this visit, at another low ebb in relations between us after weeks of animosity between the president and our government, particularly our prime minister, over our perceived lack of action in the war in the Middle East. That brings then political risks in addition to those...
Because nobody expects that Trump is going to change his mind because of, a meeting with the king, however warm and friendly that is.
Yes, I mean, the slighting references, Peter, to UK...
About how he treats Keir Starmer and the UK, in the transatlantic context.
Yes, and it won't change President Trump's nature, will it? Because, I don't really imagine for a moment that President Trump is going to set out to offend King Charles or set out during the King's visit to insult this country. But he is Donald Trump, and the risk of a damaging faux pas or some inadvertent insult, those risks are very obvious. I think you'd probably bet on something of that kind, wouldn't you?
Well, I think the risks of that happening in front of the king